Hello, everyone. The Irrational Skeptic here, and today I will continue with the MBTI Naruto typing series. I'm going to be doing Sasuke today. I think he's a favorite character of many in the show. He's a Sharingan user and part of the Uchiha clan. He's a very peculiar character in the show, and I find it a little bit hard to type him. Naruto's character was a little bit more clear to me. Sasuke is a little bit strange from his childhood because he undergoes uh, quite a few transformations. As we know, his whole clan was murdered by his elder brother, Itachi, to which Sasuke struggles to understand, which puts him in a sort of existential angst. He is battling between his brother destroying his whole village, and he is now part of a village that is trying to hunt down his brother as part of the Akatsuki. When he was younger, his brother was his role model, and he happened to leave only Sasuke alive. He didn't see how any of it made sense, and he decided that his mission was to get stronger and destroy Itachi. So throughout the show, we have Sasuke being a very cool and suave character, but you can see a lot of darkness that he harbors in his heart. Kakashi is very quick to notice the dark path which Sasuke might take were he left to his own devices. He knew most of this was fueled by vengeance, but at the same time, he knew that it went much deeper. So I'll just go ahead and mention now that I think Sasuke is an INFJ. And before anyone gets all riled up, I have seen the typing of him for INTP and INTJ. And I will give my reasons why those two are not his type. Starting with my arguments against INTP, I would say that he is not really aloof enough during the show. He is persistent and pursuant of some ultimate goal, even though sometimes it does look as if he has no real end game, as he tends to shift goals during the show. One of the goals was, I want to kill my brother, and another time later during the show was, I want to become Hokage. And to me, an INTP would be a lot more investigative of phenomena of jutsu and the arts, and want to get into the nuts and bolts of it all, theoretically to say. He may look for how to perfect them and change them up to his own style, so create original systems out of them. They also do not really strike me as the archetype that is likely to go on a vengeful path. He is also not much of a social outcast, which is not to say that INTPs are social outcasts, but in reality, they are usually on the outskirts of society. They are cranking away at some project somewhere. They are quite the homebodies. Um, and his use of FE also appears to be higher up in his functional stack than it would be for a typical INTP. I think this ties back into his childhood, as we can see he is quite a bubbly child that is attached to his brother and family. He really admired Itachi, but once this huge scarring event happens, he withdraws into himself. If you accept my argument for INFJ, then we could say he suppressed extroverted feeling, FE, and goes into an NI, introverted intuition, TI, introverted thinking loop. We see him questioning all customs around him and having internal monologues that kind of looks at everyone around him as silly. He doesn't think they will get anywhere with their approach to things. So yeah, those are my reasons for him not being an INTP. The reasons I wouldn't argue for INTJ is because, as I've already said, he shows a lot of FE from his childhood. During the show, being in Team 7, we can see how he shows great care for the group. In the saga where they are combating Zabuza and Haku, which is one of my best sagas, we really see Sasuke's FE show. He doesn't want Naruto to be reckless and get himself killed. He also runs into taking damage for Naruto, and this is when Haku is surrounding them with the wall of mirrors and hitting them with ice shards, and it shows it really shows his self-sacrificing nature at that point. At other times, he is not so attached to the group. I see this as his push and pull going on between belonging to the group and going his own way. I will stick to INFJ for the typing for Sasuke. And yeah, just a little bit more. I will add that I think that most of the Uchiha clan were N dominants. I think they were mostly intuitives. I will also go a step further and say that their most powerful users were NI dominants. I do know that the Sharingan is a superpower and not in any way related to the MBTI types. But when you look at the strategy employed to fight, we can make some behavioral predictions that we can link to MBTI functions. And it's pretty clear that the Uchiha clan uses the Sharingan in a way that shows they like to use prediction to win their battles. More qualitatively, the NI shows in conversation that Sasuke has with other types as he tries to show them he really doesn't care about the current iteration of things, as he tries to tell them he's looking at a much bigger picture, which for some reason they cannot see. My last reason is that his quest for all kinds of knowledge, including forbidden knowledge, is quite apparent. He joins up with Orochimaru because he sees him as seeking knowledge which the other elders refuse to share. They have their good reasons, but Sasuke does not see that line. He sees that there must be a yin and yang to balance things. He knows that light can lead to good things for all, but he also understands this would mean ignoring a vast world of dark knowledge. I find this is most apparent in NI dominance in general, where they try to reconcile two opposing forces in the world, the positive and the negative, heads and tails, the yin and the yang. They try to reconcile what people may deem to be irreconcilable. And this is why INTJ or INFJ would probably be the likely typing for him. And since it's not clear and cut because they are fictional characters, the directors and writers may have mixed a little bit of these two characteristics into him. Another type that could take on the dark side, which people may want to argue, are INFPs. But it is not in the same way which I would not type Sasuke as one. If he were, he would show some sort of overarching moral compass. And it's not that an INFJ cannot have an overall moral compass, but they will be more willing to shift because they're not so in touch with their values as the FI user is. They will much easier shift in order to attain or complete a goal. So they will more easily go over to the dark side, I'm trying to say. And they reason through their big picture thinking, and if it includes some ugliness, and then they will say that is just part of the whole picture. Sorry. Um, so yeah, I will do another video which includes Itachi's typing, and when I do this, it will become more clear why I actually think Sasuke is an INFJ. I have seen the reasons for INTP, INTJ, and sometimes ISTJs, but I don't find them convincing. ISTJ, um, least likely so because I see most Uchihas being N dominance, and in fact, Sasuke was most likely an intuitive. So ISTJ can be put to this. ISTJ, sorry, can be put to the side. And I will likely be doing Sakura for my next video so that I can take care of Team 7 before moving on to other interesting characters of the show. So let me know in the comments below if you disagree with my typing of Sasuke. What would you type Sasuke as, and give me your reasons. But for now, that will be all. And the Irrational Skeptic signing off.